Hello, and welcome to all the members and friends of the Ancient Order of Hibernians in America. Today, we are joined with our partners from Irish Central to announce another joint venture. Joining us today are Liam Lynch, Chairman of Irish Studio, Toby McCoy, Partnership Manager for Irish Heritage Tree Project, and Sean Pender, the National Vice President for the Ancient Order of Hibernians. Sean?
Thank you, Danny. And I echo those words. Greetings to all our members and their family and friends today. We are proud as the National Board of the Ancient Order of Hibernians to announce this new sponsorship and partnership with our good friends from Irish Central and the Tree Council of Ireland, the Irish Heritage Tree Program. This exciting venture will give our members the opportunity to connect with and be a real part of Ireland. The project was just recently launched in December by Irish Central and the Irish Heritage Tree Program and Council. It offers what Irish actor Liam Neeson, who was an early supporter of the project, called an excellent idea that allows the members of the Irish diaspora to plant a tree deep in the soil of Ireland for loved and remembered ones. We are very excited to offer this to our membership. Irish Central has extended a 10% discount to our members, with a portion of the sales to go to the AOH National Board to continue the good work of our order. And for that, we are very thankful. So today we will explain the project to you and introduce a great offer that members of the Ancient Order of Hibernians can take advantage of. So with that, I'd like to introduce Liam Lynch and Toby McCoy from Irish Central and the Irish Tree Program to tell us more about the program. Gentlemen.
Great. Thank you, Sean and Danny. We're pleased to announce our first partnership of the Irish Heritage Tree Program with the Ancient Order of the Hibernians. This represents a fantastic platform to promote our project to the wider Irish community and to empower others to join both the AOH and Irish Central in this worthwhile endeavor. So the Irish Heritage Tree is a living symbol of planted trees in Ireland that celebrates your Irish roots and special family connections. We see this as a perfect gift for those who wish to share that common Irish bond with a loved one. The Irish Heritage Tree Program is the ideal way to honor your family, friends, and Irish ancestry, while joining us and the AOH in a commitment to keep Ireland green and growing. Our tree locations will be in historic areas in Ireland with beautiful vistas and strong connections to the local communities. We launched this program in December of 2020. We've also thankfully had a great reception with this initiative. We've also already had a couple thousand orders in our first couple of weeks of the program, which we've been able to distribute through Irish Central directly. The Irish Heritage Tree Program promises to create a lasting and tangible connection between members of the diaspora and the island of Ireland. As Sean mentioned, we've been very fortunate to have Liam Neeson as our key supporter in the initiative. And he said of the program, I quote, "I believe this is an excellent idea that allows members of the Irish diaspora to plant a tree deep in the soil of Ireland for loved ones and remembered ones." So we're very thankful to have his support and encouragement. We find this really exciting and interesting because the collaboration between us, the Tree Council, and you all, the AOH, is the perfect combination. This program promises to contribute a significant positive impact to the environment of Ireland. We've already committed to planting 5,000 trees in our first forest in Tipperary. In addition to being a cultural heritage program, the Irish Heritage Tree also seeks to respond to the continued need to reverse Ireland's historic deforestation. Ireland's forests were decimated by both human activity and an evolving climate, moving from an initial forest cover about 80% to unfortunately less than 1%. This makes Ireland the only country in Europe to experience such a dramatic decline. At present, Ireland has had the lowest forest cover of any European country. It's back up to about 11%, but that's still significantly lower than the European average of more than 30%. So reforesting Ireland has been a concern of both the Irish state and the government since its inception about a century ago, and also civic organizations and community groups such as ours and yours. A large number of Ireland's recent forestry efforts have been undertaken by the state itself. with about 50% of the forests in Ireland being publicly owned. We also are partnering with local farmers and other community leaders to also plant onto their lands. Our dedicated mission is to proactively respond to this critical need by committing to the planting of 100,000 trees across the island of Ireland during 2021. So we know it's a pretty ambitious endeavor, but we're excited that we can accomplish it. And we're excited to be able to launch this first partnership with you all, the AOH, given your leadership position within the community and the wider Irish diaspora. So we're delighted to launch this today and announce it. And given how things have obviously been challenging for everyone the last year, we see it as a bright spot to hopefully the recovery and the ultimate ability to return to Ireland ourselves. But in the meantime, this is a wonderful way, we believe, to connect with the land. And we're delighted again to launch it with AOH. And with that, I'd like to pass it back over to Danny.
Thank you, Liam. I'm so excited Irish Central has invited the AOH to join forces. And for each and every person out there celebrating their Irish heritage, this is a wonderful opportunity to plant a tree in Ireland, to embrace your Irish heritage, and at the same time help reforest Ireland for our future generations to enjoy. My father, Jack O'Connell, passed away 2 years ago. Irish Central honored my father with an article honoring his life and legacy. Today, in honor of my father, Jack, I purchased an Irish heritage tree. Dad was a man who embraced his Irish heritage and his Irish roots. This tree, in honor of my dad, will provide roots in Ireland for generations of our family to come. Additionally, today, as I sit here as the president of the Ancient Order of Hibernians, I am announcing that we are purchasing a group of trees in honor of the Hibernians who passed away because of the pandemic and during the pandemic. The roots of these trees will represent the roots of Irish America, those who came before us, those who have lost their lives during the pandemic, and those who will continue the great traditions built by the Ancient Order Hibernians and Irish America throughout the years. Back to you, Sean.
Thank you, Liam. Thank you, Danny. Very well said. I agree wholeheartedly with President O'Connell. I really think that this will be enthusiastically received by our members. You know, there's a great heritage connection, but there's also a very strong positive environmental aspect to this project, which I think only helps us all and will appeal to many. Along those lines, I've also purchased a tree to recognize the efforts of a nephew of mine, Adam Corwin. Adam is very proud of his Irish heritage and is very much into supporting the environment. So I'm proud to add my nephew, Adam, to this great program and hope many more will follow us. But what always impresses me about our members is whether they're born in Ireland, their parents are born in Ireland, or if they're many generations removed, they're so proud of their Irish heritage. And this is a great opportunity to connect to Ireland and offers a very special and emotional way to celebrate, recognize, and memorialize loved ones. So with that, if you don't mind, maybe we can get to some questions, Toby and Liam. Can you first maybe tell me a little bit about the initial Tipperary site, where it is, and a little bit more about it?
Yes, so we are very fortunate to be working with a first site that is not only beautiful, but steeped in Irish history and mysticism. So located in Banshire, County Tipperary, just in the foothills of the Galtee Mountains. The site actually also has a river running through it with ties to St. Patrick. So this is the first of our planting sites, or our forests. We're hoping to add many more throughout the year, with a goal initially to have a planting site in each of the 4 provinces in 2021.
That's pretty aggressive plans. So they are plans for future expansion throughout the island of Ireland.
Yes, that's exactly right. So as I mentioned, in 2021, we'd ideally like to have participants to be able to plant a tree in their home province. In the future, we would hope to have planting sites in all of the 32 counties across the island of Ireland.
Outstanding. The trees, when they are planted, are they identifiable, or are they in an area that what people could visit would know that the trees which they sponsored are in this grove or planting spot?
So the system that we have established as recommended by the Tree Council of Ireland is that participants of the Irish Heritage Tree contribute one tree to the forest. So based on that recommendation, we'll be able to point participants to the particular acre in which their tree is planted. We're also working with a local drone expert to create 3D models of the landscape. So even during times of lockdown and unable to travel to Ireland, you'll be able to visit the site virtually.
Excellent. Sounds like a very exciting process, and for us to be able to get in really on the ground floor. So tell me, both Dan and I have ordered, and it's very easy. But maybe you can tell our members, how does one order an Irish heritage tree, and what steps do I have to take to get the AOH special offer?
Yes, so we've tried to make the process as simple as possible for you to dedicate your own Irish heritage tree. Simply visit our website, www.irishheritagetree.com, select the occasion for your planting, enter the details of your bespoke individual certificate, and click order. At checkout, you can avail of the unique AOH discount by entering the discount code AOH10.
Excellent. And I noticed after ordering this morning, you're also able to put a line or two of script to recognize the reason why you are memorializing or recognizing or celebrating that person. And the site, of course, is active right now. So is there anything else that Liam or Toby you'd like to add before we go to the wider audience to ask if there's any other questions?
Hello, can you hear me?
John, one thing I'd like to add is that I think most of our members go to Irish Central every day. And right now, and I think for at least the next month, you're going to be able to find a link very easily on Irish Central. And you will also find a link on AOH.com. So those are two easy, quick stops to get to the link. And don't forget AOH 10 at the checkout.
Thank you, Dan.
Yes, we'd like to thank you for attending today's event, and we hope you'll join us in our mission to keep Ireland green.
An Irish heritage tree is a living symbol planted in Ireland that celebrates your Irish roots and special family connections.
I can't hear you. Okay.
This St. Patrick's Day, plant a tree for your family, friends, or even to honour your own Irish ancestry, while joining Irish Central in our commitment to keep Ireland green and growing. Your tree will be located in some of Ireland's most historic areas, with beautiful vistas and strong connections to local communities. Whether it is in celebration, in memory of, or in honour of someone special, each dedication is unique. When it is safe to do so, we look forward to welcoming you to visit the forest your tree is planted in.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Toby, Liam, for that presentation and the very beautiful drone photography there as part of this exciting program and partnership. Right now, it's my great honor to introduce the founder of Irish Central, a very good friend of the Hibernians. Irish Central and the AOH have been in partnership now for many years. And as Danny has mentioned previously in this, a lot of our members go there each and every day as a source of their news of all things Irish. So with that, I'd like to introduce Niall O'Dowd to this morning's program. Niall?
Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. And sorry for the delay in getting on. I was just looking at the video and thinking how far we've moved with our concept of the trees over the last 6 months. And really it came about because of a perceived absence of contact after the pandemic began, where suddenly the links between Ireland and the United States were cut off and people could not basically act together like we always did, whether going over there or them coming here or interaction between different groups. So we realized we had to do something different. And what really struck me was the trees idea hit two wonderful things at the same time. One, as an expression of identity and heritage, but two, as a way of helping Ireland's green greenery grow. And one of the untold stories of Ireland is how little greenery there is in the country compared to the rest of Europe. Most of the wood was taken away in the last century, previous century to that, by the British. So our idea was basically to recreate a heritage event that would make sense to everybody at a time when it was very hard to celebrate our heritage. And so Irish Heritage Trees came into being. And thanks to some great work by people like Toby and Liam and Katie Maloney, we got it off the ground pretty quick, and we had a very, very successful Christmas launch, which really told us that there was a very deep sentiment out there in Irish America that wanted to do something in conjunction with Ireland, wasn't quite sure what to do, but that this itself was really something that made a connection at a key time. And we were delighted when the Irish government very much voted confidence in the project, when they told us that they believed that the idea was a very good one and that they would help in whatever way possible. So what we're trying to do is reorientate a part of the relationship where once upon a time you jump on your Aer Lingus plane and go to Ireland. Now what we'd like you to do is show that you're still part of your Irish heritage and the Irish diaspora, and vice versa from the point of view of Ireland, of them acknowledging and understanding that Irish America can make wonderful contributions, not just in terms of traveling there, not just in terms of helping with the peace process, but also getting right down to the soil, literally, in the country and helping people with an issue that is going to be of growing importance in the next 10, 15 years, which is the environmental issue. So I think the Irish Heritage Trees is a concept that I haven't, in my 40 years working in Irish American media, I haven't seen a project take off so quickly, just in terms of people immediately understand it, they care about it, they think about it. It's not hugely priced or anything out of people's reach. And it allows us all to share something at a time when we badly need that sense of community and badly need that sense of sharing. So I'm just delighted that the AOH, which I think has just been very supportive, not just with this, but I'm just looking at the lead story on my site this morning, where you guys go after Amazon, and fair play to you for these very, very racist T-shirts that they're pumping out for St. Patrick's Day. I think that's the kind of thing you guys do well. And I think this kind of tree concept is thinking that is something that the AOH could very well work with as part of their contribution to Ireland, as part of their sense of their Irish American heritage. And I think it's, as the leaders in the Irish American community, your support is very, very strong and sends a very strong signal to our readers and to Irish Americans generally that this is something very important.
Yeah, well said, Niall, and I agree 100%. And if there's anything that can help counteract some of the stuff, that foolishness that's going on Amazon, this is a real gift that is into the soil, of Ireland. And I believe, as you said, I believe that this is going to be very beneficial for our members, yourself, and Ireland. Before we go to Toby McCoy, who's going to take us through the order process, if you do have a question out there, please avail yourself of the Q&A or raise your the Q&A portion, and we'll answer the question after Toby's presentation or bring you on live. So with that, I'd like to introduce Toby, who will bring you through the very easy process by which one can order a tree or a group of trees. Toby?
Great. Thank you, Sean. So I'll just share my screen with the Irish Heritage Tree website, and let me know if everybody can see that okay. Yeah?
That's good, Toby.
Fantastic. Great. So we've tried to design the process for you to order your own Irish Heritage Tree to be as simple as possible. Simply log on to our website, www.irishheritagetree.com, and then you can select the option which you wish. So every tree comes with its own bespoke dedicated certificate. And you can have that certificate framed. So let's say in this instance, I'll purchase a frame certificate. I want to purchase 5 trees and click add to cart. And then you can enter the details of your own bespoke certificate. So we can enter the name of the person buying the tree, in this instance me, the occasion, so in honor of. Let's say I want to plant the trees in honor of Sean, and I may want to add a custom message. So in this instance, perhaps Happy St. Patrick's Day. and simply just hit add to cart. So once in your cart, you can click go to checkout. And at this point, you can enter the unique AOH 10 code to receive a 10% discount. And simply fill in your payment details and shipping details and click order. So we offer fulfillment for free within the United States. We also offer it worldwide for an additional $9.99.
Thank you, Toby. Seems pretty much straightforward. I'm pretty sure everyone online has probably ordered hundreds of things by now online, but this is very easy, and it's on the Irish Heritage Tree site, and it is also going to be on our social media and our site as well. With that, like I said, if anyone has any questions, you can avail yourself to the chat or raise your hand. And I believe we have one from Pat O'Brien. Chris, are we bringing him on live, or do we have the question?
Pat is joining us here.
Okay. Through the magic of Zoom.
Pat's live now.
Okay. Sorry about that. Can you hear me?
There you go, Pat. Good morning.
Okay. Good morning. Yeah, my question was, before the deforestation of Ireland, what was the dominant tree or trees in Ireland? And the trees being planted, are they one and the same as were removed from Ireland before?
Yeah, so thank you for your question, Pat. And that's a very important piece for us. So depending on who you ask or what timeline you look at, you can get multiple different answers as to which trees are native to Ireland. But our goal is to work with those that are generally considered to have the most positive environmental impact on the landscape, while also being very traditional Irish trees. So in the instance of our first forest, we're planting Scots pine, oak, alder, birch, and rowan. But you know, as we go visit different forests and different sites, that is subject to change. So all of those decisions are informed by the Tree Council of Ireland, who are working very closely with us on this project, and obviously have a very in-depth understanding of the type of trees that benefit each area.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Patrick.
All right, we also have a question from James McNally.
Yeah.
Hello, James.
Good morning, James. You're on.
Good morning. I'm just inquiring as far as if you buy the group of trees, 5 or more, would they be planted in the same general area? Should we get to visit them?
Hi, James. Great question. So all trees will be planted in order. However, the system that we've set up, and based on the recommendation of the Tree Council of Ireland, we're not identifying individual trees. So that is a system that is used by most large tree planting projects. And in essence, it's because when they're so small, it's very difficult to mark them, and trying to set them up in any sort of grid will take away from their positive environmental impact. But we will be able to point you in the acre in which your trees are planted. We're also working with a drone specialist to create a 3D model of the landscape, so you'll be able to visit from home.
Thank you very much.
Okay, we have James Green, I believe, coming in next. Jim?
Hi, can you hear me, Sean?
We can hear you, Jim. Looking good. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. How are you? So my question is, if I were to buy a number of trees for family members, current family members, maybe in honor of ancestors or whatever, if I were to buy one, for example, for myself, my mother, my sister, would each of those trees receive a certificate or do I have to order those certificates separately?
Great question, Jim. So due to popular demand, we've actually recently added the option to our website to purchase additional certificates. So you would be able to create bespoke certificates for each of your family members that you wanted to create a dedication for.
At a separate cost?
Yeah, so at present, it's an additional $15 per certificate, and that covers the cost of printing them and sending them out.
Very good, thank you.
Thank you, Jim. I believe we had James Hook, but James' question was about the type of trees, which I think we answered previously. Are there any other questions out there, Dan or Chris, that we see in the queue, or either on Zoom or on YouTube?
I think we are clear on questions.
Okay.
I think, Sean, there's actually one more in here too from Daniel. Daniel had also asked if we want to plant a tree in the area of our ancestors, how do we go about doing that? Toby, you want to take that, or I could take that? Either you could answer that one, Toby.
Yeah, of course. So at present, our first forest is located in County Tipperary. Our ambition for 2021 is to have forests in each of the 4 provinces. More long term, we're hoping to have forests in each of the 32 counties, so you'll be able to plant a tree directly in the land of your heritage. But at present, it's just the first forest in County Tipperary.
Okay, thank you very much.
And if there are any additional questions after this Q&A, you can always reach out to us at support@irishheritagetree.com. We have a fantastic customer service team.
Okay. Well, if there aren't any other questions, I want to wrap it up. I want to thank Liam, Niall, and Toby today for joining us for this very important venture. It's something that I think we are very excited about, to give a real way to connect. To Niall's point of, while we're not able to go back and forth, this will enable us to continue that, not just for today, but for generations to come. So I want to thank you all for joining us. Thank President Daniel O'Connell, of course, for his leadership in this, Chris Cook for putting together the Irish Tree Council, Irish Central, and the Ancient Order Hibernians. Again, you can look this up at irishheritagetree.com or the AOH.com, and the websites are active and live, and orders are being taken. So with that, we hope we have a very, very successful program with Irish Central. Thank you. Happy St. Patrick's Day to all.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us, and thank you all for attending.
Happy St. Patrick's Day.